Hey, 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 he lives. I've been so busy with lots of things that I just haven't been doing any crypto videos. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people out there doing videos every day. They're sitting here just reading the news. I mean, I guess there's a market for that because some of these channels have lots of subscribers. But people want to just go on YouTube and have somebody read the news to them when they can just read it themselves. I don't know. Maybe that's good for if you're doing something you just want to listen. You don't want to actually use your eyes. You're using it for something else. Whatever. Um, Listen, I'm here to remind you, techbait.net, right? I created this resource mainly for myself, just a way to have the crypto and technology news always at my fingertips, just by hitting a URL. Feel free to use it. You know, I mean, you can have your own news feeds on a newsreader, but this one's always live, always on the internet, comes up nice on a smartphone. Share it out amongst your friends and family. Please let people know about techbait.net. I'd appreciate it. It's a resource that's out there. Um, like I said, any ads on here help support basically the web hosting. I don't really make any money from this, okay? So anyway, we've seen Bitcoin come a little ways since the last time I said anything. It's up to Bitcoin dominance is increasing right now. Um, it's at 54.7%, and you know, it's at 5,500 as I record this. Ethereum's at 165. It came down a bit, but since I've posted, Ethereum really came down into the double digits for a while. I thought it was going to go even lower. I had chart guys saying it was going to go down to like $40, $50 a token, coin, whatever, and it never got that low, unfortunately. Um, I think it bottomed out at like 82 or 83. So anybody who got it at that price, good show. Bitcoin Cash really increased a lot over the last few weeks. It's backed off a bit, and Binance Coin is really, excuse me, Binance Coin really is increasing in value here. It looks like Binance Coin is going to be a great. I mean, they're saying this thing could go to $100 a coin soon. Um, so keep your eye on that. And as usual, look, I'm still bullish on VeChain. I know it doesn't seem to be doing all that much right now. They just announced a partnership with Deloitte. I don't know how to pronounce Deloitte. Deloitte and Touche, whatever they call it. One of the big accounting firms, the big four accounting firms, just announced that they're going to use VeChain. And remember, VeChain is that whole big supply chain management thing. It's one of the best real world practical applications of this technology, using smart RFID chips, tracking the whole process from supply chain, the whole process, right to finished product, where consumers can even see where their product's been, the whole life cycle. And it's anti-counterfeiting. So expensive luxury goods, things like wine and luxury goods. I'd like to see the Swiss watch industry embrace this. We'll see what happens. They've got a big bad counterfeiting problem. If you look at the you can buy fake Swiss wristwatches that are very good fakes. It'd be nice to see some of these big Swiss luxury groups discover VeChain. Um, and VeChain's also, they've got their mainnet going, and they're also, they're not just a token anymore. It's VET. Remember, it's no longer VEN, and they have they're doing the smart contract thing. So they're basically it's gone from supply chain only type thing to that, plus everything that Ethereum and Neo and all these others are, Tron, etc., dApps. So VeChain, now look, there's been some crazy valuation predictions for VeChain. The more sane side of the coin says this thing can eventually go to like 10 cents. You know, you look at it, it's where is it? It's not even 1 cent. So even if this goes to 10 cents eventually, that's quite a gain. But there's some crazy predictions saying this thing's going to go to 10, 20, 50, $70, $75 per unit. That's probably crazy talk, but who knows, right? Because if this thing eventually takes off, just think about it. Bitcoin, you know, they're making crazy predictions for this too, which can theoretically come true someday. Bitcoin going to 50,000, 100,000, $500,000 or more per coin. And you know, Bitcoin used to be worth less than a cent too. Now I realize there's circulating supply. You know, Bitcoin less than 20 million circulating supply, and then you look at something like what I was just talking about, VeChain, and it's, you know, what is this, 55 trillion? You know, you have to take these numbers into consideration here when you talk about value of the coin or token. But a lot of these are going to get locked up in staking and you know, get burned and whatever. So, but anyway, don't ignore. We'll see eventually what Neo does. Neo was supposed to be China's Ethereum. It's still sitting here under $10. This one all-time high was like 188. So this, we'll see what happens there. But Binance Coin has a lot of potential to go into the $70, $100 range. Again, that's like a, sorry, clearing my throat. I love early morning recording, don't you? When this kind of crap happens. So, you know, this could go, you know, 4 times easily. They launched their DEX, their DEX. It's still ramping up, I guess. I haven't used it. And, you know, a lot of the Binance guys are sitting here trashing Ethereum. I don't know why they do stuff like that, trash Ethereum. We're gonna take over Ethereum. Meanwhile, CZ himself comes out and shows much respect for Ethereum. It shows that, you know, he's not immature like some other people in the crypto space, you know, like Sun and some others. And then we got the whole stuff with the Bitcoin SV with Craig Wright shouting, "I am Satoshi," and other people are saying, "No, you're not." And then he's coming out with these lawsuits, you know, these libel lawsuits that they allow over in the British system. You know, and then John McAfee coming out and saying, you know, "I know who he is, the real Satoshi, and he was easy to track down, and I was going to expose him," and he's angry about that. Can anybody take anything McAfee says seriously at this point? I mean, I like McAfee from a comedy standpoint. He's an interesting character, no doubt, but can anybody really, you know, McAfee says he spoke with Satoshi, claims the Bitcoin creator is furious, basically furious at McAfee's promise to out him. The NSA, as far as we know, doesn't even really know who this person really is. Maybe they do and they're not saying, but they've come out and tried to figure out, you know, you figure that if they did know who he was, they would they'd find a way to arrest him like they did Assange. You know, for some reason, for undermining the global financial system, whatever you want to call it. So does McAfee really have the wherewithal to discover who this is for sure and actually call him up and talk to him? I don't know. I don't know. And Wright over here is saying things that are completely opposite to what Satoshi wrote about as far as the creation of Bitcoin and why it was created. I mean, Wright's basically saying Bitcoin is not against the banks or whatever, despite what it says in the Genesis block about the financial crisis, you know. Um, so I don't know what's going on with. You got two very interesting characters here in Craig Wright and John McAfee. Um, if they didn't exist, you'd probably have to invent them just for the comedy alone. Um, so so anyway, Bitcoin's basically gone up. A lot of the alts have gone down over the last few days. We'll see what happens. The bull market, it's building. It's getting ready. I feel it in my bones. We've been through a long crypto winter. I think it's going to be coming to an end soon. I don't know when. Nobody knows when. Uh, Maybe the big whales know when. I don't know. I'm just being honest here. And you can go out and look at a million of these channels where they claim to know. And they've been saying this stuff all through the crypto winter. And nobody's really been correct, you know. Eventually it'll happen and somebody will come out and say, look, I predicted it, you know. Look, I predicted it too. It's going to happen. We're going to have another bubble market, whatever. And then, am I going to come out and say, look, I predicted it? No, I was saying it all along. Eventually, what goes up must come down, and what goes down will eventually come back up. These are just cycles, okay? But use my site to keep abreast of the news, right? Keep abreast of all this news that's constantly changing and constantly updating. That's the best you can do. Take these news sources and form your own opinion, okay? That's what you need to do. Buy a t-shirt while you're at it. I'd appreciate it. Open a exchange account or something while you're at it. Do your taxes, Go with some automation, right, for your Bitcoin trading, whatever, your crypto trading. And watch all these indicators. And there's a lot of tech news on my site, independent of crypto. This is also a tech news site, not just a crypto site. I just have crypto at the top for convenience. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, especially if you're a IT CIO, CEO, programmer, database guru, whatever, hacker, anti-hacker, network security. It's all in here. I got a lot of good stuff on this site called techbait.net. All right. The other thing is I don't have HTTPS on this site. It's just a pain to set up. There's really no need for it. It's just a news site. So when it says not secure up in your browser bar, just ignore that. It doesn't mean anything. This site doesn't collect anything. It just gives you these links, and then you go out to the sites and you read them. All right. Any other links I have on here, ads just redirect somewhere and probably switches over to HTTPS at that point. So this is just a news aggregator. That's all it is. So enjoy it. So anyway, I'm going to try to do some crypto videos every so often when something comes up that's interesting. But honestly, I just don't want to sit here and read the headlines every day. I'm sure I could probably get more subscribers doing that, keep the channel more active doing that. But there's so many people doing it. I don't want to be doing that every day. I don't have the time to do that every day. I've got other YouTube things I'm interested in, and crypto things I'm interested in, and t-shirt creation, digital art things that I do on the side. Plus I have a family and a job and a long commute. Oh look, it's 6:04 a.m. I have to get ready for my New York City run. So that sort of thing. So anyway, if you're still one of my subscribers, thanks for staying subscribed. The channel is not dead. I will post every so often. And I am actively watching crypto. I've not gone away from this space, and I'm not going to. I'm hoping that someday my crypto investments make me rich. We'll see how that goes. Good luck to me. Good luck to all of you. And again, if you can share out the channel, like and subscribe, click the bell, whatever, and bookmark the site. Use it on your smartphone. It updates like every every hour or two, or whatever it is. If there's new headlines, they'll be there, right? They'll be there at the top of each feed, right? I use it all the time. I find it very useful. So, all right, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.